What's up, everybody, and thank you for listening to Mastering the Mindset. My name is Dariusdotch, and I'm an actor, hip-hop artist, and fitness and life coach. And I'm here to personally help you train and improve your mindset so that you can, 1, become the best version of yourself mentally, and 2, gain focus and motivation to be able to take action and achieve the success in life that you want and deserve. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to my channel, and at the end of this episode, if you liked it, please share it with a friend or loved one or someone who would benefit from hearing this message. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm ready to go on this journey with you, and that journey begins now. All right, and welcome back to another episode. So today we're going to talk about why your perfectionism is ruining your productivity and destroying the dreams you want to create. And I've talked about this before in another episode, and I talked to you about how it's complete BS. But today I'm going to talk about why your perfectionism is actually killing your productivity. And the last time I broke it down, I talked about how it's not real, how it's really just your fears. Your fears on how you think other people will think about what you do. It's a mask you wear for all your fears. It's not about you wanting whatever that thing is to be perfect. It's that you feel like you're not good enough. You're afraid that you're going to put your heart into something, and you put your heart out there for everybody to see, and you're going to get rejected or embarrassed. So we labeled it as, I'm just a perfectionist, when in reality, we're just afraid of other people's opinions. And the reason why your productivity is being killed by your perfectionism is because you're not starting. You're waiting for the perfect moment, as if the sky is just going to open up and the universe will lay everything out in front of you and say, here you go, John. It's all in front of you. You ready to start your business? No, that ain't going to happen. God won't come down and say, hello, Jane. You've been waiting for the right moment. Here it is. Start your Etsy store or whatever you're waiting to start. So what we do is we say, oh, it's not the right time. Maybe I should wait until the kids get older. Or it's not the right time. I need to make sure I learn enough first. And we wait for the perfect moment. And meanwhile, somebody else with way less talent and way less skill is getting further ahead than you are because they just are simply taking the action. When you're just sitting around on your hands, okay, you don't have to be a genius to be successful. You don't have to be amazing at what you do to be successful. And we've all seen those people, whether it's friends or people you see on TV or on social media who are just way ahead, and you look at them like, how in the hell did you get successful? You're an idiot. And you realize you don't need anything but the effort to go out and work for it. Whatever success means to you, whether it's money, career, happiness, love, a business, peace, kids, school, whatever it may mean to you, you just have to work for it. And if you notice, the people who are extremely successful, the people that the whole world knows, they aren't necessarily great at a lot of things. Most of them are just extremely talented at that one thing. And they become obsessed with that one thing. And they master it. Let's take music, for example. The people who just stand out, like Prince, for example. His work ethic was out of this world. And I know some of you probably know more about it than I do. But how many times have we heard stories about him calling people in the middle of the night to come to the studio to work on music because his brain was doing that beautiful thing it does, and it didn't matter what time it was. 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, he was in the studio working. Look at Jimi Hendrix. He was obsessed with that guitar, and he would just play all day long. It was an obsession. And look at other folks like Dave Chappelle and all of his success. These people found something and they said, this is what I'm in love with, and this is what I want to do. And they go to work. So what is that thing you're interested in? That thing that you know you want to dedicate your life to. Every single second that you've been listening to me on this podcast is the perfect time to start. Every single second from now until you die is the perfect time to start. There is no golden moment. And here's the thing. All you have to do is start. Okay? What you don't do is strive for perfection. What you strive for is progress. Just try and get better every day. Try and get better today. And ask yourself that. Before you go to bed at night, you ask yourself, did I get better at this thing? And also, what is that thing? If you want to start a business, you ain't going to be a great business owner until after you run your business. Now, me, I'm just starting out with my workout business. And let me tell you, if I can go back to when I first started with everything I know now, because this version of me is way different, my business would be so much better. I know so much more. I have more skills. And the thing is, it ain't from me reading more books or doing more research. It's from me putting in the work, from me going out and doing it. And that's the same thing for anything else you may want to do. You have to just do it and strive for progress, not perfection. Get a little better every day. Getting something done is way better than continuing to work on it until it's perfect. Done is better than perfect. And like I said in the previous episode, I have a great opportunity to work on some music with a guy. His name is Chandre Hall. He's an actor in the show I'm in right now who also does music, who also is going to be starring in a television show on BET, which is no doubt a good look for me to do music with him. And not to mention, he's a genius in the studio. But the old me, how I used to write music, I would need so much time making sure that my verse and the lyrics were perfect and I had the perfect beginning to my verse, a clear middle section. And I still have all that. But I was focused on just getting the songs written because I know that his time here, our time together is limited because he's based out of LA. And so he gave me a song to work on and I finished it in an hour. And he gave me another one and I'm going to finish it right after record this episode. Not to mention, we already have one written together. So that's 3 songs right there. Now the old me would still be working on that first one because I would want it to be perfect. Done is better than perfect. If it's 90% done, it's done. What's up? I want to take a quick moment to say thank you so much for listening to this episode and to also let you know that this podcast is 100% donation driven, which means it's completely funded by you, the listener. So if you like the content I have to offer, I would love it if you can make a donation and you get to pick the amount. I left links in the description of the video as well as my homepage. You can choose which way benefits you the best to donate. And if you need more options, please feel free to email me at dariusdotch@gmail.com. That's dariusdotch@gmail.com. Again, thank you so much for being here and let's get back to it. Let's say you're editing something to put on social media. Let's say in your mind, it's 90% done, but it's not like perfect. Now, there's a few minor changes you can make, small things. And let's say it took an hour to get to that 90% mark in your head. And getting it perfect might take another 2 hours because you're going to be the perfectionist you are, that you tell yourself you are, and you're going to pay attention to the littlest of details to get it 100% done. Which one is better? I would rather create one piece of content that took an hour and then 2 more in the next 2 hours versus 1 in that same 3-hour span. Done is better than perfect. That little extra 10% will take you a long time. And if we're being honest, for a lot of you, that 10% will take you the rest of your life. I got to say that one again. That 10% will take you the rest of your life. How important is that 10%? And let's be honest, most of the time, there is beauty in the imperfections. That's with anything, art, music, a business. Look at Instagram. Instagram is one of the most used platforms and it has all kinds of imperfections. Everybody gets frustrated with Instagram. Everybody has their moment of frustration when they need to post stuff. It's the most non-user friendly app out there, in my opinion. It's so damn hard to post the way you want to on Instagram. You literally have to do research. That ain't perfect, but it's one of the best ways to market yourself. But it ain't 100% perfect. Just like it's not as important that you check off every single thing on your to-do list as it is to check off the most important 3 things for the day. That's way more important. That's what matters the most. Imagine if every day you got the most important thing you needed to get done completed. If every day if you were working towards a goal, if every day you woke up, you knew that no matter what, you were going to get the most important thing of the day done to get you closer to your goal. And I'm talking about those needle moving activities. Think of the needle as a speedometer. At 0, the needle ain't moving. But at 2 miles per hour, it's moving. At 30 miles per hour, it's moving. At 90, it's moving. And as long as it's not sitting at 0, it's a needle moving activity. And some activities will move the needle faster, some slower. But the most important thing is that it ain't sitting at 0. So what's the most important thing that needs to be done today? Make sure you get that done, no matter what, and make it challenging. I personally do 3 things every day, and eventually you'll do even more. But start with 1 to 3 things, and every day, make sure you get them done, and I guarantee you will see progress. I promise you, I would bet you everything in my bank account right now. Just do it. And you write those things out, your first, second, and third most important thing that you have to get done, and work on them 1 at a time, and keep working on them until it gets done, and then move on to the next thing. So don't let fear hold you back. Your fear of other people's opinions, having that feeling of waiting until the circumstance is perfect or just right. You need to take action. Stop thinking and start doing, because you can think and think and think and think and think and think and think. And it's like digging a hole in your backyard. You can do all this thinking and all this digging in your backyard, and at the end of the day, all you got is a big ass hole in your backyard. And what good is that going to do? You will never be fully ready. And here's the thing. You don't even have to believe in yourself if you don't. You don't have to. You can take the action and still make progress. You're going to mess up. Success is 99% failure. So eventually, you just figure out what works. And that's a big part of procrastination, wanting to avoid messing up. No, understand you're going to mess up at some point. So go ahead and try to get it right. And if it's not, then cool. You got that shit out of the way. Now do it again. And now you know how not to do it. So don't let the thought of what other people think stop you or slow you down. Nothing is perfect, and you don't have to be. You are perfect in your imperfections. Incorrect action is better than no action at all. Incorrect action will uncover what needs to change in order to create correct action. Think about that for a second. Don't be afraid to mess up. Messing up is a tool, and you recalibrate and get things done, and you do it again. So that's what I got for you today. If you like this episode, please share it with somebody that can benefit from this, somebody who is a friend or a family member, somebody who has goals and is trying to improve their lives. So thank you again, and let's get it in.